Good evening. Call the meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. Inform the public we're returning from an executive session. Before the minutes, I just want to make a statement on behalf of the board that, as many people are aware today, there was an incident in Raynham earlier this morning that had significant media coverage. Some of it was accurate, some of it was inaccurate. But we've, as a board, have been informed by the police department that through the process of an investigation, it appears to be an isolated incident, a result of a mental illness, and that there is no threat to the public. And we just wanted to relay that on to the public for those who hadn't heard yet. So hopefully everybody in town can rest a little easier this evening. Acceptance of the minutes.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are approved. Department heads, Chief.
Good evening. Yes, it was a busy day. My report for July. Fire incidents, fire MVAs, and investigation, public assist calls were 95. Ambulance, medical emergencies, MVAs, and public assist 166. Miscellaneous inspections, fire alarm work, item of note, 98. Mutual aid, fire, and ambulance, and mutual aid calls. 2 ambulance given, 9 ambulance received, 2 fire given, 3 fire received. Total of 16. Line of duty shifts, 3 men for 544 hours, 6 shifts, 1 man for 48. As of 7/31/2015, we responded to 1,724 calls. 7/31/2016, we've responded to 1,709 calls, difference of 15. Patrick Flanagan, injury reports. Patrick is continuing his PT twice a week and has a follow-up appointment with his doctor on September 9th, 2016 to see how his progress. Patrick will possibly be out till November. Now, Lieutenant Johnson, I think I told you last week there was a chance that he might be coming back a little earlier, but Barrett was doing physical therapy swimming, which was okay by the doctor, and he heard something pop in his shoulder. So they scheduled another MRI, which was on July 31st, and they told him to stop all PT. He has a follow-up for the results of the MRI on August 17th. And I talked to Barrett, and he's so down on this that he thinks they're going to have to do surgery now, but we'll know better after the August 17th. Captain LaSilva O'Brien had his appointment on July 12th, 2016. The doctor removed the stitches and put him in a hard cast for 4 to 6 weeks. So my guess is Brian probably won't be back till Christmas either. And, welcome.
Okay.
Stay cool.
What's that?
Stay cool.
Yeah, thanks. We have no appointments this evening, no public hearings. New business, Ms. Roberts?
I have nothing.
Mrs. Smith?
No.
Old business, Ms. Roberts?
Nothing.
Mrs. Smith? Okay. Town Administrator's report. Deb, do you have anything for us tonight?
I just want to let everyone know that the ad was put in for the HVAC system at 53 Baker Road, the North School. August 11th at 1 p.m. they're going to hold a walkthrough, and all sealed bids are due Thursday, August 25th at 11 a.m. in the Selectmen's office.
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
Selectmen's report, Ms. Roberts. Mrs. Smith.
Well, I don't really have a lot. I agree with your comments of a few minutes ago, though, in letting the people know that everything is okay in the town of Raynham. I did stop by that incident this afternoon, actually, and the police department had it well under control. And I'd just like to say, just because we are on every other week, we are still here and we are still working. So if anybody has problems and issues, don't hesitate to call, because you will reach one of us at any point in time. I don't like people thinking that we got a couple of weeks vacation, we're not really doing much, but we still are very active and working. So if you got an issue, got a problem, please give a call. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. We have some correspondence this evening from the Board of Assessors. On Tuesday, August 9, the Board of Assessors voted in favor as a precaution to send out third quarter estimated tax bills if required, and that's from the Chairman, Mike Lally. We have a letter of resignation from Bill Smith. To the Selectmen, it's with deep regret that I submit this resignation to the Conservation Commission effective August 31st. Thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to serve on the commission.
I'll second that, but I want to make a couple of comments if I may.
Sure.
Bill Smith has been on the Conservation Commission for a long time. Bill Smith, in my opinion, was one of the very best conservation people we have had on that commission. He's worked very closely with everybody who has brought a plan in there to their benefit, as best that they could be given the benefit of it. Conservation is a very, very delicate board to be on, and their rules are very, very strict. And sometimes you think, well, what difference does it make if they do X, Y, or Z? And Bill had the ability to make people understand why they do what they do. And he is really going to be missed. I do not know how we are going to replace him on that committee.
Yep, no, I would have to agree with your sentiment, Mr. Smith, and it's certainly the community's loss, but we wish him well in whatever his future might hold.
Well, he's moved out of town, and that's the reason that
Okay.
he had to leave the board. And that's too bad in this particular case that we don't have that circumference around that you can live within so much to be on particular boards. I don't think we have that for conservation. I do not know, but I don't think we do. But anyway, I'm sorry he's leaving, and I'll say yes to the motion to
All in
accept.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have a letter from Linda DeMello letting us know she has an interest in serving on the Raynham Housing Authority. Now, because this is an elected position, both boards would come together and do a joint appointment to serve until the next election. And where we are getting letters in now, my suggestion would be to possibly schedule that joint meeting for a Tuesday in September, give everybody about a month, and then we can have that joint meeting with the commissioners. So maybe September 13th, once we're back weekly and after the holiday.
Motion to accept.
Okay.
You have to let,
Yeah, Deb, we can get into communication with the housing commissioners. All right, great, thank you. And if anybody else is interested, obviously, they can submit between now and then as well. We have a memo from Tim Anasio, our planning director, and this is regarding Brian Glavin's letter a few months back on hazardous trees, basically stating that the board agreed that in order to best utilize existing land use controls, they would elect to treat the matter on a case-by-case basis, specifically when it relates to potential open space preservation developments. And he's just passing that on to us to keep us in the loop. And then we have a few requests. Cape Cod Hunter Horse Shows would like to request an additional date for a horse show at Rosina's. The date would be September 3rd, and they would hire EMTs from the town and notify the chief of this additional show. My recommendation would be to approve pending any additional comment from the chiefs.
Motion to accept.
all in favor? All in favor?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's approved. We have one from the Southeast Hunter Horse Show. Another, I guess, is this the same? No, that's Cape Cod Hunters. An additional date on September 18th. Same thing, they'd hire an EMT and notify the chief.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's approved. And then we have a tag day request from Maya Hebert Skating, 9:30, 10:14, 10:21, 10:28, 11:07, 11:14, and 12:1.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those are approved. We have no emergency business this evening. The members of the media have not joined us. We have no members of the public with us this evening, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn, pay the bills. Business to be conducted after.
We'll get this right.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.